So hi, this is Denise with Artist at Work, and today I'm in my other studio, my downstairs studio in my art room in my garage. Okay, so today I'm doing something different, and I'm going to paint some pictures today. And I was inspired by this photograph that was on my computer, okay? And I believe it was a generated image. It was a real photograph, I believe. But you never know these days with AI, but it was just on the computer page, you know, when it first pops up and they give you a pretty picture of somewhere. I don't even know where it is. But it inspired me to do something more abstract-y and have some fun. So I'm going to show you how I paint today. I'm going to talk about how I paint. Here we go. I'm going to get started. So I have, this is a hardboard piece. And I don't think I paint like everybody else, so bear with me, because I'm do it my way and I'm happy with it this way, and it's how I paint sometimes. I do all different kinds of paintings. I do real life paintings, I do landscapes, I do imaginative stuff. I showed some of my work when I go at my shows and stuff. So alright, first, so I have the hardboard picture that I'm going to do this way. Like this photo that I just showed you. That's my reference, by the way. That's all it is a reference. And I also have this picture, which I gessoed over. I don't know if you can see it good, because my light's pretty low in here. I think I'm going to put my overhead light on. Hold on just a minute, you guys. So, I think that's a lot better. It's just we run this room on solar mostly, and I don't put the overhead light on much because it's real electrical. The fan and everything I have on is by solar. The air conditioner's on electric. That's how we run our room. So I'm going to use some different kinds of paints today. I'm going to show what I'm going to use. So I'm going to be using Archaeology Rich Art from the Dollar Tree. I love this paint. It's really thick, okay? It's a really good quality paint, and even they had reviews on it and said it was one of the best paints you could buy. And doesn't cost much, but it's good paint, okay? I also have really good paint by Master's Touch, which I'm going to use today. I have a whole bunch of Crafters paint behind me too, which I may use because I like different textures and smoothness. So I just want to show you what I'm working with first. And this is my palette. It's just a plastic container. I'm a no flings artist. You use what I have. And I can peel this away. So I'm going to start off, I want to start off light. So I'm going to use some white. I'm going to put some white on here. And this is really good thick paint. Okay. And my picture, which I should probably bring it down here so you can see my reference, which they call my reference right here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's as far as I can bring it down. I'll bring it down some more right here. The reference I'm following, it's not going to all end up like this. You know how I paint upstairs? When I do my boxes, I overlay first and then I add stuff after. But I was really influenced by this picture. Now the original that is on my phone, when I can look at my phone and reference it, there's this light fluffy layer here. Okay. So as I said, I had this picture right here, which had a Santa Claus on it, and somebody had put this textured, glittery, it might have been like almost like a glass sparkle. But I was intrigued about that because this painting is going to be totally different from this painting. So, and I'm going to use this part of it in the painting, okay? So, I'm going to get out my blues. I want darker blues. I'm going to make lighter blues. First, I'm going to start with blues. I don't know how much paint I'm going to use. I don't care. I just do what I want to do. So blues is my muse right now. And I can mix any of these colors lighter or darker. And that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start out with a very large brush. Okay, and I'm going to take my white and mix some of my blue. Oh, that's a pretty blue, you guys. Look at that blue. Wow, I like that. Okay. And I'm going to start putting it on. And I'm going to try to lay out the painting. And I'm one of them artists who generally doesn't draw it on first. It drives me crazy. I'll draw all the lines and then I'll go over it anyway, and I'll end up with something completely different, which is just a waste of time for me. Now I'm going to do a little dark at the top and go lighter as I go, even though this is the water. Okay, a little darker. Darker at the top. I'm going to get some more darker. I'm just going to blend it right in there together. Now this is an experiment. I'm just having fun. I'm going to get some light and I'm going to make my line. I'm going to draw it out with my brush, of course. And it's not going to be exact like the picture. I'm not going for that. That's not what I want. But I just love this blue oceany color. This is beautiful. I'm going to put some dark here. I'm going to run it through. And for a little while, it's going to look like a mess. Merci beaucoup. That's my motto. Okay, that's all right. So I'm going to lay down my color first. I'm going to get it in there good. And just because I did it this way this time doesn't mean I'm going to do it that way all the time. Okay. So now I'm going to get a clean brush. I'm going to get a clean brush and I'm going to do some white. I'm going to do white here. Okay. Now that's the only part I'm going to do for this one at the moment, okay? because I gotta start the other one now. And remember, the other one's going to turn out totally different from this one. And this is just the beginning. This is how artists get started on their work. Well, I think that's how they do it. That's how I do it. All right, now these two sections right here and here, okay? This is all going to go as a line towards a watery section. So we're going to start with the sky again. I'm going to do it totally different colors though. And this is on a canvas. The other was on a hardboard. So I'm going to line my color up real good along the edge to make sure the edge is done. Because normally these don't need a frame. You can put a frame on them if you want. Dark at the top, going lighter as we go down. And I'm going to go right around this rough patch right here. And how much fun that is going to be. So and I'm having a blast, you guys. This is artist at work, and this is the kind of work I love to do. And I love how that's given itself a little texture. Yeah. Fun, fun, fun. All right, I'm running out of white. I gotta get some more white. And we're gonna go right over that. Oh, this is fun. Look at that. I like how that's starting to come out. Now this is all going to come from the same picture. Not from the picture, I shouldn't say, from the idea of it, the reference of it. Okay. And I gotta get lighter as I go. And I'm gonna put white here. And I'm gonna put it on thick. And I'm using a large brush because I watched this guy who's a famous artist, and he always says, use a large brush. All the famous artists that are around now say use a large brush. I'm using a large brush. And remember, this is the first layer. And the thing, this is all acrylic paint too. I don't know if I told you that. This side's on the white side. And I'm using that texture in there. And I might even make it like a super wave. Comes up, and you know how they're talking right now, the 100-foot waves are coming, and look at that. Okay, that is fun. And then another one right here. So kind of like the waves is going this way. All right. So, and I believe that this photograph that I showed you is an overview, what I call an overview. There we go. I'll bring that down now. This is an overview of an island, is what it is. And the fun thing about art is you decide. You decide. So I'm making waves. And paint your sides. Paint your sides. Okay, dark at the top. And this is going to be kind of abstracty. I don't even know how it's going to end up at the end. But right now I'm really liking it. If I don't like it, I'll say so. I'll change it. If you don't like it, change it. Okay? Alright, I really like this theme I'm coming out with here. Of the waves. Use your imagination with it. Get a feel for it. like I said, I'm going to utilize what was in the painting before. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I've got my first layer, and I might fluff this up some more. And later on I might use a whole bunch of different techniques, okay? I'm not limiting never limit yourself. Never, ever limit yourself. Even if you're just doing it for the first time, don't scare yourself into thinking you didn't do it right. You just don't limit yourself. Don't do it. I'm telling you right now. And another thing you need to know about painting is if you get tired of what you're doing and you're like, I'm not feeling this anymore, get up out of your chair, walk away, and take a break from it. Don't let it bother you. Just take a break. I'm feeling a little blue in here. Yeah. Feeling a little blue. Alright. Oh, wow. That is getting me an effect. I like it. Okay. So, have fun with it. And like I said, if you get tired, just leave it. Just like you're mad at it. Just like, I'm not letting you beat me. No. I'm not letting you beat me. I need some blue in here. Love it. Okay. So, okay, now I'm going to let that, luckily I've got the fan going on it right now. And I'm very impatient. I don't like to wait. That's why I like the acrylic paint. Let me get one of my hand dandy cloths here. Recycled material. Long time ago, and used to go on little trips, you go to the hotels and some of them would give out these cloths for shoe shining cloth. I love the shoe shining cloths. I bring them home, use them for my art room. Okay, now there is a patch of teal in this painting you can't see from here, and if I have to pretend it's there because I know it's there, because if I put the visual on the phone you can definitely see it better. So I've got two teals, and I'm going to put a darker teal. I'm going to go back to this other painting and let this dry for a minute. And this is how I feel like painting today. I'm just having fun with it. I'm not worrying about what anybody thinks. You never worry about what anybody thinks when you're an artist. You just do what you want to do. Now, okay. So there's a line of teal that I'm putting in here. Line of teal. There's a dark line that I'm going to put in, and I'm going to do it with this one too. This one's going to go in a different spot, and I've got, like I said, I've got this wavy feel, so I'm going to put the line in, but I'm going to put it in a wavy feel. This is tickling my funny bone. I'm having so much fun. Okay. Like I said, two different paintings, two different style ways of doing it, going with it. All right, so this has a line of blue, teal. Okay, Now I'm going to clean the brush. Where did I do it? Where's my cloth? Oh, here it is. Okay, my shoe shine cloth. Alright. Okay, so I'm cleaning my brush. Now another thing to remember is sometimes I like to get recycled frames, okay? So I found this recycled frame. I'm going to grab it. This frame right here, if you can see it. And with the hardboard, I asked my husband to cut the hardboard to this frame. Otherwise, he would make me a frame because he likes to do woodworking a little bit, and he makes walking sticks, which you might have saw when we were at the Robertson County Arts Council, that a lady was complimenting him for the beautiful walking stick that he had made for her and that she loved it. Well, he makes walking sticks, but he makes frames for me too. And so I have him pre-cut the hardboard for me, and then you add the frame to it later. This one doesn't need a frame. Now I'm going back to the painting now, and I'm going to put a lighter teal under this darker teal, just like this. And it's going to give me that underlaying oceany blue. You know how you look down in the ocean and you see that beautiful color sometimes, especially when it's an overview like this. You'll look down and you'll see that gorgeous blue shining under the water. It's exciting. Alright, and I'm going to do the same thing with this other one. And I'm going to move over just a tad so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. And with this one, we're doing more of a wave. And I'm running out of room here. I'm getting so excited. I'm running out of room for my oranges and reds and yellows and whites. But I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to just put the color in that I want. I'm going to put it in. Okay. And this one's more smooth line. But I'm going to edge it right here. I'm going to move this in and out and up and down and over and out. Okay. And the line goes up here. Goes up and then back. And actually it does this little V shape right about here. I'll make sure I get that V shape in. And then I'm going to backtrack my colors. Backtrack the colors. Okay. Nice. And then I'm going to backtrack the blue. I'm going to put a line in here. Mix this blue. Put a line. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to throw some of this in around this. Whoops, there goes my picture. Okay. So a little background is when I don't like to talk about what I used to do, but my old business used to have people come in and other customers come in, and this one guy used to come in and always want to make a deal for the donuts and different things. And so one day he said, I've got this easel, and I'll trade you some donuts and a coffee for it or something. And he brought it in. It was this big, huge board with, and it was amazing. And at that time, I didn't have time to paint. I was working 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. That was my life. And so he gave it to me. And I'm very appreciative till this day. I'm going to add some of this blue here. Make it all blend in. I'm going to add some lighter blue around it. And I'm going to do something you probably don't see people do, but I'm using my finger. I want that puffy look. I'm giving it the finger. That's what I call it. Giving it the finger. And that's what I like to do. Alright, now I'm going to go backtrack it. Backtrack it. There we go. And we'll give it the finger. This is water. Okay. Okay. All right. Now, I'm running out of white again. I'm going to take my white, and there's a little patch of blue here, and I want it to come up. And this is just the shapes of it that I'm seeing. It's the shapes. There we go. And it actually goes all the way up. Okay. That added a little melodramatic to it. Alright, now I'm going to add some lighter. I want some lighter here. I'm almost seeing, you know how a ray of light comes through? That's almost what I'm seeing in this picture. It's like a zigzaggy, like that. There we go. I need white. And I think I'm going to get a different container to put my white in. Because it gets too messy. Messy beaucoup. Gets too messy with the other colors, and you'll end up with blue mud. Alright. I also have these other claws too. White. Alright. So I'm putting in my line of white now. And I'm going to go something like this. Get some more. And I'm going to follow the lines I see in the picture. I need a lot more white. A lot more. And remember, this painting will not be done today. It's not going to be done today. I'm just still getting in all the lines I want. And I don't want it to be perfect like that. Alright, there's a white line there. Now I'm going to switch over to this one. Just had some time to dry. And I'm going to go up more. I'm still going to make that line up, V shape, down, around. And I don't paint like this all the time, you guys. This is just today. My decision. Do what you want. Okay. Curl right around that wave. Another layer of splashing water. Okay. Another thing is I'm not used to painting without my music. Sometimes my arm and music go together and I get this motion going when I paint. I'm really liking that. Wow. Okay. So now, I'm going to let that sit. Think about it for just a minute. I've got to switch over to the reds and the oranges and the yellows. So I'm going to do that now. Okay. So, still got all this paint, and I feel bad about it because I don't want to waste it all. So, I need another palette. Okay. So here's another thing I'm using is a Rubbermaid lid. And that's what I'm going to use as my palette right now while I change colors. Now, okay, so the next color I'm going to go through here is orange, oranges, and yellow. So I'm going to get out the orange. Okay, the white, of course, I'm still going to use the white. Okay, and now we're going to get some yellows. I'm going to shake up my paint too. Okay, so we went really dark to light to white, and now we're going to start again. Now down here I'm going to go really dark, whatever color we use, darker, and then I'm going to go light to the edge of the water. But this picture, it really doesn't look that way. In some parts it's dark. Okay, and get some red. It looks like fire through here. Okay. And I've even got some of this yellowy yellow. Okay. Okay. Whoops. Alright, so now it takes a really lot of water to get your brushes right when using acrylic paint. I'm gonna make sure this brush is clean. Actually, I'm gonna let it dry because otherwise everything's gonna end up purple. And I get in a hurry sometimes. Okay. So, and I also see a little pink up here in this part of the picture, which you can't see right now, but so first I'm gonna go with the orange. And I'm going to go lighter at the edge of this water, darker to the bottom. So actually I'm going to start down at the bottom. Okay. I'm going to start at the bottom corner here. And I'm going to put the paint in. And I'll bring it over. And I'm going to make this line. And make it go all the way up to here. And I'm going to pull some of that whitish color down. Add some white now. And I'm going to go in through here. Now I've got to have a little more orangey yellow. Need a touch of yellow. Okay, so I'm going to go like this. And now this part, there's a part right, I need to show you. Like I said, this is mostly the shapes. There's a part right here in this picture. It's got a dark red line coming through. It's just gorgeous. It's exciting when I see it. And actually it has a little brown to it, so I'm going to grab a brown. I'm going to grab some brown. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add some brown to this red right here. I need to get that rusty color. I like that. Okay, a little more orangey. Okay. So I'm going to go this way. Make a thin line here. I'm going to go this way. And it's kind of bumpy. And I like that too. It's bumpy. It's not perfect. Go right along the bottom here. Now I'm going to wave some of this in, which I actually should use. I'm going to switch brushes now. I'm going to use the fan brush because I want this flappy. I need to go this way. Flappy, tappy type of feel through here. Okay. Yeah, something like that. I'm gonna get some orange and pull some oranges and some yellowy color here. Gonna splotch it in. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Another thing I'm seeing is some white. So I'm going to put my brush aside here. Got some white. And I'm going to throw some white in right along this edge here. And I'm going to do like this bird type of look. Like this. I'm going to do this bird with wings kind of look. Getting a little muddy. I'm layered on thick. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Make it look like wings. Wow. I like that effect. That's cool. Okay. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to add some more white to my watery edge here. Which, like I said, this is more of a purple here. And I go in and out. In and out. Gets a little too blue. Alright, I'm gonna make my line. I want it to go over this. First I'm gonna go this way. I also have I'm gonna pull a little of this color right along here. Because that's what I'm seeing. It's almost a purpley color too. But just for now, I'm just put that right in. Okay, so now I want to make this white patch. I want it, and then there's some yellow here. So I'm going to go with the yellow first. And there's some yellow and some orange yellow. Some white and a long white here. It's almost like I want an acrylic pour here. I'm going to put a line of yellow in there for now. And dark at this corner. So I'm going to go just like this. Okay. And there's also right here in my picture, there's some yellow, and it looks like a round little, like a rainbow, So I'm gonna go with that. Some white. Okay, now I need pure white. I need pure white. And I'm going to switch back to my bigger brush and I'll let dry. See how that goes. And now I want pure white here. And I still have to work on this one too, but this one's bigger. Takes a little longer for this one. I also want to layer some white into this back line. The water's splashing up. Yeah, I'm liking that. Okay. Okay, get my cloth. I keep losing my cloth. What I do with it? Okay, I'll put another one here. Alright, now, still going to use the white. And I want to make a V shape right here. There we go. So I'm liking where everything's laying. Not liking all the textures yet and everything, but I do like it. Okay. Trying to pull some white out here. Right about here. There we go. I like that. And I'm going to start this line again. There we go. And I'm also going to make a line here. Pull that color right in there. Okay. Now I'm feeling a little darker orange right along here. Just a tad. It's too dark, but that's okay. Gonna let it sit there for a while. I'm gonna think about it. Also want some brighter orange in here. Okay. And I want some brighter orange up in here. Okay. Alright. Now I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. I'm gonna let that sit. I'm liking it. I really like how it looks. I like the lines I'm getting in there. It's reminding me of some birds and the ocean and the whole, I could make a whole mountain scene out of it if I want to, but right now I'm gonna let it sit and just have fun with it. I'm not gonna let it worry me. Okay. Remember, this one's totally different, but I still want the same kind of lines. So I'm going to clean off my brush. And I'm going to switch over to the big one now. A really big brush. I don't know why, I just feel like I should. It keeps happening. I keep flinging them out of my hand. Alright. So I'm going to wash my brushes off real good here. I've never, ever, in my whole life, filmed myself painting before. So it's new for you and it's new for me. And I don't know what kind of opinions I'm going to get. I don't know if people are going to even like what I'm doing. I'm a little nervous about that. But I'm having fun with it. Alright, so now I'm going to make some white here. So I hope you like what I'm doing. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Maybe. And hear what you think about how I'm painting. Because I know what I love to do, so. Okay, now I'm going to make a line here. I'm making a line. It's going to go up. And like I said, I am just having a wonderful time here right now. I'm having fun with this. I love what I'm creating today. I hope you love it too. If you hear a noise in the background, it's the air conditioner going. It's really another hot day. And it's a lot hotter down here in my garage art room. Alright, now I'm going to use the same idea. Dark over here to lighter now. There's going to probably be less of it. So I'm going to start with dark. I've got this really dark brownish red here. I'm going to go with over here in the corner. And I'm going to run up against this line and make it stop right there. Okay. I'm going to grab some oranges and reds again. And I'm going to go to the edge, all the way up. Okay, I'm going to grab some yellow now. I'm going to make that rainbowy look, but smaller. Yeah, like that. Okay, here we go. Now I'm going to grab some yellows and some oranges. And I'm going to put in this other line here. Okay, now I'm also going to put in that line here. Okay, and then I'm going to take some white. I'm going to wipe off my brush. I'm going to leave some color on there. And I want to make this little bit here. make it go up. Okay, and white. Okay, good. Okay, I need a different brush now. I'm going to go back to the fan brush. And I'm going to make wavy lines, because this has a different, I'm trying to get a different feel, a different vibe, a different texture, a different motion in this one. It's fun. Okay. Yeah. I want it to be my own. I want it to be creative, soothing, pleasing. This one I want it to be a little more fiery and exciting. Okay. Yeah. Okay, like the water flamed up right there. You know it should be more yellow. I'm gonna still try to get that rainbowy feel. Yeah. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Okay. But now I need a line of white. A lot of times I watch artists and they say, in order to have a good painting, you want it to have enough where people want to look at it all day long. Sometimes I achieve that, sometimes I don't, based on what I'm painting. I want that, but sometimes I don't get that. So I'm going to take some white now. I'm just going to go in, because I'm still doing dark to light. Yeah. Okay, not whatever. It's blending too much. I'm going to get my blue back out here and puddle around here. Okay, that's okay. The water can have a little blue in it here too. That line of that beautiful blue everybody loves. I don't want to mess with this line here. The waves really got high there. Okay. So the painting's changing as I go along. But don't worry, because if we don't like it, tomorrow I can change it. Trying to get that curve that I want. I'll pick up some light here from the sea. All right. Okay. So I've lost my line a little bit. Kind of reminds me of flames of the water here. I want to get that rainbowy feel back here. Go lighter. Interesting. All right. So I'm gonna get the white back out. Because I lost some of my white line. I'm going to just take this and take it off. There. That's how I feel about that. I'm going to get my brush back out here, my fan brush. And I need this white line in here. Even though this painting's totally different from the other one, I still need to follow my line. And I'm going to tad of blue in here. Just like that. Yeah. Cool. I'm going to add some of this blue up here. Okay. There we go. All right. So that's enough of that one for now. Okay. All right, you guys. So once again, this is Denise with Artist at Work. And I want to thank you all for watching, everyone. And remember, art sends love to the world. I'm sending you some love today. And I hope you like what I've been creating here today. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. So have a great day, and we'll come back to this next time. Bye-bye.